Hey, welcome back to Brooks Wellness. My name is Lewis Brooks. I'm your health coach and fitness instructor, and you caught me picking some mint. I was thinking of making some lahmacun, which is basically a Turkish pizza, a cheeseless pizza, flatbread meat dish. So it's a delicious dish, but you can use mint on it, and so I was just picking some mint leaves to put on top of it. So why don't we go inside? I'm gonna get these rinsed off, and I'll show you how to make it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and combine the ingredients. So I'm gonna use this bowl to combine all of the actual spices into here. You need about a teaspoon of allspice, a teaspoon of paprika, just, put in a couple of shakes of parsley. Half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and of course that is really to taste. It depends on your spice level there. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Add a teaspoon of turmeric in here. Turmeric is just so great, one of the best things at reducing inflammation in your body. The only thing you gotta worry about with turmeric really is getting it on yourself. Because if you get turmeric on yourself, that's pretty much that. Turmeric is hard to get out. Oh, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, about that. Just go ahead and stir this together in here. So that's all the flavor that you're gonna have for your meat. All right. I also took out a little cutting board with a small knife. You need a shallot. You're gonna need some tomato paste. You also are gonna need a lemon. I'm just gonna cut up this shallot really quickly. You don't have to do anything fancy with the shallot. I'm just cutting the ends off and then cutting the side like that to take the skin off. All right, so you're just gonna do that. Cut it in half. Drop them inside of my blender here. Take this whole mixture, put it in there. You're taking about 2/3 of your tomato paste and putting it inside there. So almost the whole thing. So 1 scoop of garlic, put it in there. But basically it would be 2 cloves of garlic. So now I'm going to just go ahead and give it a couple of pulses. You need to put a little bit of olive oil. 2 teaspoons maybe. What we basically want to do with this is kind of get the ingredients together. So now you can see it's in there. It's kind of mixed up a little bit. We don't need it completely mixed up, and we don't want it completely blended. We're going to just go ahead and add our ground beef or lamb, whatever you're using. I'm using ground beef. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue with this process now. So you end up with something like that, where all the spices are all kind of blended in there, and it's basically just minced meat. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, now that we got it all mixed up in there, we're gonna scoop it out into a bowl. And make sure you disinfect if you use a food processor or a blender. You definitely want to make sure you wash it out thoroughly. All right, now you're gonna take 2 baking sheets. I just took a tablespoon of coconut oil, and then I just spread it out on there. You can take 1 baking sheet. Preheat our oven to 475. And while we're doing that, we can get our dough out, start working on our dough. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna split these in half and just roll them out flat. Coat this with some flour, non-bleached flour if possible. So open the dough. It's just easier to use pre-made dough. So let's just go ahead and split this in half, drop it on there. And you want to get it down to a nice flat disc here, like that, just like that. So, nice flat disc. And then we can just throw it on the cookie sheet. You're gonna do that with the other one. And I don't know if you just saw that, but these things get sticky quick. So just make sure you have some flour down. Okay, so here we go. We have our little discs here, and we're just gonna take some of the minced meat mix and just spread it out on there. All right, so then it gets back to what you caught me doing when I was outside. I'm just gonna take some mint and just give it a couple of good slices. And I already had this knife out. I didn't feel like bringing the bigger knife out just to cut up a couple of pieces of mint. All right, so I just pulled them out of the oven, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take it and put it on a cutting board. There you go, that's what you got. The edges are a little bit browned. You don't want it too much. You know the meat's cooked all the way there. Garnish a little bit with the mint. Just a little bit of mint on there. It definitely adds like a little bit of zest to it, especially along with the lemon. And then you could just go ahead and cut it. Cut it. Smells delicious. Woo, hot. Okay. There you go. That's the finished product there. And you can see like the bread is cooked all the way through, the crust is cooked all the way through there. Okay, so on it. Excellent. This is basically the same process you would make pizza. The only thing I do different with pizza, because I do make pizza in this fashion too, I usually cook my toppings first and then put them on there, and then because it doesn't take quite as long for the bread to cook as it does for the toppings to cook. All right, there you go. Turkish flatbread, lahmacun. I'll see you back in the classroom.